Episode 447, MCP Explained.
The AI6 Podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
97 million. That's how many times the software kits behind the Model Context Protocol were downloaded in a single month, according to Anthropic's December update. MCP may be the most important piece of AI infrastructure you've ever heard of because an agent is only as useful as the tools it can reach, and MCP is how it reaches them. Hello and very welcome back to AI6, the podcast that promises to break down artificial intelligence in easy-to-understand language and to keep you up to date with what's happening in the world of AI. My goodness, it moves so fast. And if you feel overwhelmed, I hear you. I also feel overwhelmed, and I'm thinking, reading, recording and building with it every single day. I really want you to understand MCP, Model Context Protocol. Cast your mind back to the drawer of cables we all had a decade ago, a different charger for every phone, every camera, every laptop. Then USB-C arrived, one port that fits everything. And maybe your junk drawer emptied, or maybe not. Maybe you just filled it with some other junk. I know I did. And this is the problem that MCP solves. AI had the same problem. Every time a company wanted its AI assistant to reach a tool, like your calendar, your customer database, or where your documents are, developers had to build a custom connection. Maybe then you had 10 tools and 3 AI assistants, 30 separate integrations, each one built and maintained by hand. AI being more useful was therefore being held back. So Model Context Protocol, or MCP, is the USB-C of AI. It's an open standard launched by Anthropic in November 2024 that defines one common way for any AI application to connect to any tool or any data source. It works like a plug in a socket. Your AI assistant is the plug. On the other side sits an MCP server, a small piece of software that represents the tool, whatever it is, your calendar, where your files are, your project management tracking tool. And it announces what it can do. The AI asks, what tools do you offer? The server replies. It can read events, create tasks, search documents. You've probably used MCP already without knowing it. When you connect Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or Microsoft Copilot to another app through a connector, MCP is very often what is working under the bonnet. Co-work, which I covered on yesterday's episode, plugs into your tools the same way. The protocol is invisible, which is exactly what good infrastructure should be. So how did MCP become the standard in just 18 months? When Anthropic released it, OpenAI, probably 5 or 6 months later, its biggest competitor, had adopted it across its products. Then Google and Microsoft follow. Rival AI labs agreeing on the shared standard within months, and that has allowed AI to accelerate. It's kind of reminds us of the time when we had HTTPS, which was the standard for websites and browsers. Anthropic donated MCP to the Agentic AI Foundation, a directed fund under the Linux Foundation, the neutral body that stewards open technologies like Linux and Kubernetes. The scale today from Anthropic's December figures, so that's about 6 months ago, more than 10,000 active public MCP servers, 97 million monthly downloads of the developer kits across Python and TypeScript. In reality, there's an MCP server for most major business tools you can name, which means the integration work has usually been done before you arrive. So 3 quick points. You got to think about procurement when you're evaluating software from now on. Ask whether it offers an MCP server. Second, capability. MCP is why your AI can stop talking about work and start acting on it because it's reading inside those files and those systems. And then third, we got to think about governance because MCP opens the door to your systems. So as with everything, with artificial intelligence, build curiosity, get in there and practice, but absolutely always make sure that you're governing your data. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organization. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.